Hi there, it's Melissa here, and hooray, I'm back. It's been a long time because it's school holidays here, and I'm also working from home, which is a bit more challenging with the kids here. So there's not a lot of time to record videos, but there is a bit of time for scrapbooking, and I can only really do it in bits and pieces. But today I've got a layout that I made with my February hip kit. I've been scrapping really fast through this kit because I want to get onto my March kit because I know that my April kit is on its way. So here I'm just showing you what I'm going to be using, and it's mainly scraps now. And I used that stencil there, and I used it. One of the design team members on the Hip Kit Club, she made a layout where she inked over the top of the flowers, and I did the same thing, and then I just fussy cut them out. So here I'm showing you the background that I've made, and I used the pink that came in the kit, and I used the blue that I already had. And I was really inspired by Auntie Recreates. She made a layout recently that had this gorgeous background, and so I do that packaging technique anyway, but the way that she made it really inspired me. So I started with that, and then that border piece that I've used, well, that piece of paper I've used as a border, that's from the Maggie Holmes flea market. I went through all the paper that I've got to try and find one that would look good because I had no other paper left in a full-size sheet from the kit. So I wanted to ground those two photos, so I just cut a banner with that paper there, which would have to be my favourite paper in the entire kit. It's absolutely beautiful, but unfortunately I cover up most of it here, but I've still got a lot of it left, so you'll see another layout coming soon with it on. I just needed something else on top, so I've used the back of the paper with all the words on it, and I'm just cutting another banner, and I'll just layer that over the top. So you can see the title, Having a Blast, which I've cut out of that paper, and that's the other side of that big red polka dot paper. And I love that. I love the paper. I loved a lot of the phrases on there, so I just went through and cut out my favourite ones, and then I allowed myself to use the other side. So it's always great when paper like that can be used to make a title, and I love the style of the font as well. So with these flowers, I used, I can't remember what kind of ink it was, but it was so inky that it took ages to dry, and it never really fully dried. So I just got some Mod Podge and I painted over the top, and that just seals it in because I think it would have rubbed off eventually. And I'm really happy with how they turned out. So here I'm just layering them up, and I'm popping up the edges of some of them just to add a bit of dimension. These photos are of my baby, who is 1 next week, so she won't be a baby anymore, and a little bit sad about that, but I do love that every day we see more and more of her personality. So this is her in the jolly jumper, and at first she didn't really like the jolly jumper, but this is her when she got more confident, and she'd get so excited whenever I got it out. So of course I had to get some photos of her having a really good time in it. And I'd actually put a little mirror down next to her so that whenever she was playing in it, she could have a look at herself. Well, she didn't realise it was her, but she would see the other baby in it and squeal and carry on. So yeah, it's good to get these photos scrapbooked. So I'm just working out where I'm going to place them and where I want to place my title. And I'm not really, I scrapped this layout really quickly because I knew that my video camera only had a third of the battery left, so I didn't muck around, I just wanted to get it done. And there's nothing worse than filming a layout and then your camera dying partway through. So I was continually looking at the time, well, not the time, looking at the battery to see how much time I had left, and it's good to get a quick layout done. And I think in this instance, the background that I've created there is really a main feature, and so are these flowers. So yeah, there wasn't really much to add. So for this kit, I only got the main, or I got the main kit. I didn't get the pattern paper add-on, and I kind of wish I had now, because I won't be able to make as many layouts. Well, obviously, I mean, it's a no-brainer with less paper, but it does make it harder when, you know, wanting to use a full sheet for a background means I can't use any of the other side. So, yeah. That shaking was caused by my son, so I apologise about that. One day I will actually create a video without any shaking in it. Now I'm going through a bit of a photo corner phase at the moment, and could be because I've been watching lots of Jen Gallagher videos and she loves using photo corners, or it could be because I'm just trying to bust my stash out at the moment and use up as much as possible. But because I hadn't matted these photos on anything, I love that the black photo corners add a little bit of finish. I got this, what does it say? I can't even remember what it says, sorry. Oh My. So that is one of the My Mind's Eye ephemera pieces. In fact, all of these little pieces are. And I love them actually. They're quite bright, which is me really, and my style, I mean. And I love that the enamel dots are from the same collection, Jubilee. So I just made them work, and for this layout I went through and picked out what I wanted to use beforehand, so it made my decisions easy, and my aim is just to get as many of those bits and pieces on the page. Now I loved that balloon had a kind of a distressed artsy look to it, so it worked really well. It's not the same colour pink as anything else, but I still think it works really well with the page. And I like the way it's just floating above the mist. So here I'm just playing around, trying to decide what to use, wanting to use as much as possible. Oh, what I love about being in a kit club is that I just can't hoard anything. I actually have to use it. So there's no way that, I mean, the challenge really is to use as much as possible. And that's why I love watching and doing those killer kit videos. I call mine layout share or layout walkthrough. But I love the challenge of being able to use as much as possible. And okay, I kept this in because it's a bit embarrassing, but here you would have seen that I rubbed the rub on the wrong side. So just to show that, you know, you do actually have to think about what side they're on. These rub-ons are like a dream. They go on so beautifully. And I'm sure I'm going to use them all up. Not on this layout, but as I keep going. So I'm sort of looking at my clusters and wanting to put some rub-ons in each one. And I don't really think too hard about whether they go with the theme or anything. I think they look great, so I just get them on the page. Got my tweezers out because sometimes it can be hard to get the plastic backing to come off. I find it scary sometimes to not cut the rub-on off. Scary because you can end up rubbing more on than the intended one, but in this case that didn't happen. But in the past I've found that sometimes I'll end up with a bit of the next one on there, but you know, cover it up and make it work. So now I'm doing my journaling, and I'm not 100% happy with this pen that I'm using because my Smash pen has nearly run out. But anyway, got to keep pressing on. So it's just one I got from the warehouse. It's a La-Di-Da range, I think it's called, and I think it's because it's a lot thicker than I'm used to, but I've ordered some Project Life pens from Stampin' Up, so I'm looking forward to them arriving and yeah, seeing how they'll go. Because I don't think I can get a smash pen in this country anymore. So I've added a B from the chipboard tiles for her name, which is Brielle. And I've got that little heart down. Oh yeah, so that's the negative from the heart, and I want to use that as well. I think it's lovely. And for this one, I don't add any more ink. I don't do any splatters because I actually think that the background work that I've done and the enamel drops are enough. And there's the final layout. So happy with how this one turned out. And here's some close-ups. I'm hoping to be back again soon, so I will see you soon. Bye.